Hi, everyone. I'm back. And I have the great pleasure to introduce and announce this year's DC School Social Worker of the Year. So the DC School Social Worker of the Year goes to a social worker who has demonstrated passion, creativity, and commitment to the field, as well as their students and families, and it's likely someone, as we all know, whose hard work and success often goes unnoticed. We thank our members for their nominations, and I will now turn to one of our members, Erica Cartledge, to introduce her nominee and this year's recipient.
Good evening. Tonight, I have the privilege of introducing my co-worker for the last 9 years. I can tell you that Quinn is a graduate of Syracuse University. I can also say that she's a very proud graduate of the Howard University School of Social Work. While she's held several positions in different fields of social work practice, Quinn found her love and passion for school social work at Roosevelt High School, spending her entire career here. But this isn't what makes Quinn School Social Worker of the Year. It's the gratitude expressed in a handwritten note from a student that she helped to get glasses that were needed for months. It's the parent who couldn't hold back tears when she was finally able to meet Quinn face to face, thankful for all the work Quinn had done to help this parent's child to graduate. It's the safety that a student feels in sitting right next to you, Quinn, even when she's angry with you, because she knows that you'll never give up on her and that you're her safe space. It's the countless teachers, deans, and attendance counselors who value the time and effort you put into establishing community with whatever grade level you're working with that year. And it's the pre-work phone calls or huddles in your office suite to plan, to process, to problem solve, or just to laugh. All these things push Quinn to want more for herself so that she can be better for those that she serves. In addition to being licensed in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, Quinn is a certified child and adolescent trauma professional, and she's currently pursuing registered play therapist credentials. This SSWA DC is my friend and your 2020 School Social Worker of the Year, Ms. Quinn Flowers.
Hey everyone. Thank you so much, Erica. Your words are too kind, and I am blessed to have someone as special and supportive as you in my corner. I give gratitude to SSWA DC for being a place that is specific to school social workers. It's a space where we empower and promote our profession to enhance the social, emotional growth, and academic outcomes of all students. I would also like to recognize Syracuse University and Howard University, HU, where I learned how to create my own path as a professional social worker. I especially would like to thank Howard University's School of Social Work for instilling the Black perspective in all of their graduate students. This guiding philosophy drove my passion into high gear and helped me to focus on the population I want to serve. This honor comes at a very interesting and challenging time in our nation's history and in my professional career. This is my 9th year working as a social worker in DCPS. As you all know, this year has been like no other. Ending the previous school year and beginning the current school year in a worldwide pandemic due to COVID-19 was certainly not on our students' radar. With any crisis, emergency, or pandemic, its impact may be felt for some time. So the question is, how do we as mental health professionals and change agents in our own right help to mitigate its effects? Well, one step DCPS has taken to address this question is through the Living Through History Project, which provides space for students to explore, reflect, and document their perspectives on living through both the pandemic of COVID-19 and the epidemic of anti-Black racism. I like this approach of specifically addressing issues that directly impact the students and families that we serve. As we all know, school social workers have a long history of sitting at the intersection of education, advocacy, and public policy for all students by serving families and strengthening connections between schools and communities. I am inspired by the recent statement of solidarity the School Social Work Association of America, SSWA, released back in May. In it, SSWA implored us not only to stay informed and engaged with the injustice and racism and oppression that surrounds us, but to actively disrupt systems of oppression. As activist Assata Shakur once said, "It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains." As social workers, we are uniquely equipped and positioned to fight for the freedom of the people and communities we serve. It is, in fact, our duty. We gain our own freedom by helping others gain theirs. So, like SSWAA, I also encourage you to take action personally and professionally. Let us embrace our mission as school social workers to equip ourselves and our colleagues with the tools to dismantle systemic racism and other forms of oppression and build systems of inclusion and equity. Let us push for equitable policies that give our students and their families opportunities to live their best and healthiest lives possible. Let us be courageous and stand up for victims of injustice. People like Breonna Taylor and other Black women who far too often are silenced, ignored, or forgotten, even in our own profession. Indeed, we are living in times of uncertainty. However, times of uncertainty bring opportunity to transform and strengthen the narrative. Let this time be an opportunity to transform and strengthen us as school social workers. In closing, I cannot thank SSWA DC enough for honoring me with the 2020 School Social Worker of the Year Award. This has been a highlight of my professional career, and I thank you for recognizing me. But I could not have done it without the support of my family, friends, and colleagues who have supported me throughout my training and my career. And a special thanks to my students at Roosevelt High School. Thank you for making me become a better professional and helping me to operate in my purpose. I truly love what I do, and I plan to continue to serve this association, our community, and our students proudly. Thank you.
Woohoo! And I know I speak for everyone at the board and SSWA. We are so happy to honor you, Quinn. And we're so thankful for Erica in your corner for nominating you. And thank you so much for your commitment, not just to your students and to your school and your colleagues, but to this organization and to supporting us in the work that we are working so hard to further. And I really appreciate your call to action, similar to mine. This is the time like no other for folks to get involved and get engaged. We still have leadership roles and committees, and there's lots of opportunity to support both our local organization and through our local organization support SSWA at the national level. So please reach out to us if you are interested in getting involved, interested in flexing a new professional muscle. This is the time, and it is needed. And so we are so proud, and congratulations again. All right, so with that said, we are finished a little bit early, and you get a nice little break before our workshop. And there's lots of congratulations in the chat, Quinn. The code for this evening's keynote address is 5225. The evaluation form for this keynote address also is different than the other ones. This is really a nice way for you to let us know how overall the conference went. We know this was very different and was flipped for us in terms of offering it on a virtual platform, and so we would like to hear how we did. There's also a place for you in the form to select and write in other topic areas or focuses that you would like SSWA DC to commit to this year. As we said to many of our members in our fall phone calls, and for our new members so you know as well, we are committed to remaining engaged and remaining a convener for all of you this year. Our agenda's out the window, and we want to hear from you as to what you feel is most important as you embark in this new telehealth journey and supporting your schools and your students differently. So please take this 10-minute break and complete that workshop evaluation and let us know